welcome back to the channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and press that hype button, please. Now, guys, I found a really interesting email thread it's between Kristy and Gypsy, and it's all about fancy. So I think that you guys will find this interesting. So let's listen up. Kristy says, did you send an email, it's blacked out, telling her a bunch of shit about Fancy? Because if you did, that's breach of contract, and I can get sued. You need to send me that email, Gyps. You knew you were under contract, and this will make things worse. All the hard work I'm doing can be thrown out the window, and I don't want to be sued for something like this, that I had to be part of the email too, and it's somebody that's blacked out. Please tell me you didn't do this. Gypsy responds, Mom, I think I made a mistake. A few days ago, I sent, and it's blacked out, the emails sent to Fancy in hopes it would piss off Fancy once it got back around. I talked hella shit on her and actually asked, then it's someone blacked out, to post it. I feel like I just opened a new can of worms. Sigh. Gypsy says to Kristy, Mom, I know Fancy read you what I wrote her today. I want you to know I meant no offense to you. That remark was meant to show her how things are perceived. I am self-admittedly hurt by you siding with Fancy and not me. I need some time to myself, so I won't be calling home for a while. I promise I still love you. Ken will let you know if anything is wrong with regards to me in here. Be careful with your partnership with Fancy. Anyone can make themselves out to be more professional and well accomplished, but ask yourself, why has she exploited me to the fullest? And that is why I will not endure this anymore. Every little thing becomes her new article or interview. As for advocating for my release, 1 or 2 articles is nothing compared to her pimping me out for fame. The rest of the interviews, past and present. Why do I have to pay the price over and over again? I am reminded every day of what I did, who I am, and what happened. I don't need it being thrown at me over and over. How can you drive forward if you're always looking in the rear view? You get your head out of the rear and drive with your eyes on the road ahead, and that's what I'm doing. This is, I guess, a falling out. I love you. I just have to love at a distance. P.S. I'm not sure where we stand when it comes to you coming to Ken and my ceremony. I need time to think about it. I'll let you know when the time comes. Gypsy says to Kristy, Mom, I want you to know that I am sorry. I sent those emails to, it's blacked out, we don't know who. I'm not joining her quest for stewing up drama, and neither am I siding with Fancy. Both are at war with one another, and both are trying to sway me in their favor. I have messages from people on both ends, and I've told them I'm out. I'm not taking sides. I have said my thoughts. Yes, I may have been upset. However, I meant every word. I have been telling you and Fancy this for over a year now. Y'all just disregarded me like I didn't matter. Even Dad knows how I feel. So he threw his hands up and said, I'm out too. I love and respect him for that. I know from my heart that he loves me and just wants my happiness and closure. Though I do not want you to be liable for my opinions or choices, I feel this has all gotten way out of hand. Fancy can try and not those words, call me little tink tink, a name for a mentally slow person, or downgrade my very honest opinion as a cover-up for this truth coming out. But I'm getting so much positive feedback from people who are true supporters and people who can tell Fancy is overdue for a wake-up call. People see that you love me and you have a wonderful big heart, but they see Fancy lead you astray in some areas. I can imagine it's hard being pulled in so many directions. Like Fancy wants this, but Gypsy doesn't want this, and you've signed in You sign to a contract and so on. So you legally have to obey the contract. It can be crazy. Then the Facebook drama on top of it. Like, where does it end? That's why I don't want any more drama. So I'm hoping she and I can have a truce and put aside the conflict for a bigger meaning. I love you. Take care. Gyp. By the way, got the pics. Oh my God, Dad looks weird with no hair. LOL. Kristy says to Gypsy, I seen the letter you sent to, we don't know, it's someone, about the POA. Just sent it to you. Have never, nor will I ever sign your name on anything. I'm not like that and never will be. I've been laying low from Facebook and all messages. I went look in it a little while ago and seen that email. But I want to assure you that I would never sign anything in your name. I'm not that crazy, LOL. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Love you. Kristy also says to Gypsy, it's a new one, do not sign anything you get for another contact. If you do so, they are putting it that they keep the life rights. I know you sent Fancy an email to them saying you agreed to what sent you, but do not sign anything. We are already out the contract, so it's done. And by you signing what they send will tie you to it more. They won't control and they aren't going to get it back. Keep this between you and I. Love you. And then a second email. Please, and this is from Kristy to Gypsy, please, for the love of God, stop emailing Fancy. She's posting them everywhere. You want to keep things privately and for people to stop talking about you and Ken, and you're giving her ammo to do so. This will keep on going and going if you don't stop. All media outlets she's sending them to. This will just add stress to you and to me and the people who love you. Yes, you did open a big old can of worms. You need to make a statement in an email that you're sorry for what you're done, because Fancy has taken this to everyone who wants to read this. This will cause us to do major damage control. So that means I will have to do interviews for several media outlets. Gypsy says to Kristy, Mom, is this true? Did you break away from Fancy? I did send a select few that email. However, clearly someone wasn't that trustworthy because I never sent it to... It's blacked out, so we don't know. And somehow she got her hands on it and posted it. What the fuck? Ugh. This bitch annoys me. Well, though it's only been a week since I last talked to you, I really felt hurt by how everything was heading. I love you, and to have to distance myself to the point you are completely out of the loop of how I'm doing. What's new with me for only one reason, and that's so it won't be made a spectacle or a circus act. It wasn't about Fancy. It wasn't about this or that. It's the fact that we are just people who are flawed. We make good and bad choices, and we move on. But my biggest wrong choice was being thrown up in my face every day since. And Fancy was so unprofessional, it was laughable. To call her a known writer/producer. I've been thinking over the last week, a long time ago, we said a book deal was a good idea. Think while I'm still incarcerated, we should look for publishing companies that would be interested in my autobiography, and maybe a skilled writer with well-known books can assist without Fancy doing a new news segment on Gypsy Blanchard. Took a healthy poop today. My point. I have always wanted to share my experience, but in my own way, in my own time, the right way that would not offend my mother's brothers or sisters, but rather they see the humanity in her as a person, as well as sharing my own thoughts and perspective. And a portion of the proceeds go to MVP awareness. This and public speaking is going to be my way of being an advocate. I realize that when the time is right to publish, I will do book signings, and I'm sure this will be something even Ken is supportive of, because it's me sharing my life, how I want and feel good about. Bob Proxy was a good idea before Dean put out the act. It's not only been done, but it's not the way I want to share something so intimate as my life, my mom's life. A book is what feels right, and that I can get behind 100%. I wouldn't mind getting royalties from it. I would have mostly wrote the book. It's my hard-earned moolah. I know that as a mother, you feel disgusted in how I grew up. How can a mother who was supposed to pretend their child ever harmed their own flesh and blood? And I give you nothing but praise for taking me under your wing. I feel like I'm no different than my sister or brother. I think the overall circumstance has just taken over the Blanchards' lives. I'm sure it was nice going to New York a few times, being seen as a celebrity and meeting the most famous talk show host up to date. It was kind of cool at first, but then fame comes at a steep price. No privacy, crazy stalkers, being called every bad name known to man, having your family drama posted and commented on by 40,000 people. Your relationship/marriage being put under stress because of the intrusiveness of strangers and so on. We need to get back to being just people, and it may take a little while. But watch how fast it fades. Fancy was majorly manipulating us into thinking we need a PR person and that she had our best interest at heart. BS. She saw an opportunity. 3 of them. One with a big heart who is a good mom, one who works all the time and is the provider, and one who is incarcerated and happens to have a story that can make major bucks. Yep, I'd say that she hit the jackpot with us and will say anything to stay on our good side. We were doing just fine, agreeing or refusing to our own press. Way back when just fine. And we do so again when my book is published. I know this was a little bit longer than what I usually do, but I wanted you guys to hear this. This was almost the whole deal with Gypsy, Kristy, Fancy, and the whole by proxy deal. And it is so funny because they all had money on their mind even while she was in prison. But I think what has changed is from the emails, it sounded like she actually wanted to respect her mother and all of them. What changed? What made her be Grifty Rose all of a sudden? I just think it's funny. And I really want to find the emails which started this stuff, that really started the fighting and the Gypsy not wanting part of Fancy. This is crazy. But guys, tell me what you think about the emails down below. I just think, oh my gosh, it's like looking in somebody's mind. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.